Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. It's been a while since I've made some videos, so I thought I'd update everyone on what the current situation is. I recently sold the Audi A4, and if you saw the previous video of me going to the Wreckers or junkyard, I got a replacement radio for that reason, so we could get the sale done. There's a few parts that have come, and I just want to go through and update you on everything, but the most exciting one so far, by far, is the Bartek oil cooler. That's the kit for it, and the oil what's it called, the oil filter for when I drop the oil in the car. So that'll be an interesting one. I've also got paired with this is the SAS oil temperature gauge. Now the car does not have an oil temperature gauge, nor does it have oil level or oil. It has oil pressure, but that's just like an on and off switch. So I really want to know what the temperature is. So what I might actually do is do a separate video on installation of this oil temperature gauge, get a baseline, drive around in the Golf with its current tune on the K04. It's boosting to 25. I'm looking to maybe reduce that a little bit for winter, only because you just can't get traction. But we're digressing. So what I'm going to do is do that first, do the oil cooler install, and then see what the difference is from before and after. I think it makes more of a better content that way. So all of this really is just for the oil cooler. Got the filter, oil somewhere in there, or if I haven't got any, then I'm just going to have to get another one. There's more. I've got this was a bit of a just last minute thing. You know, when you're up at night and you're sort of just clicking around and things, found an Android head unit that I might actually fit before any of this. Just something fun in between, something quick, I hope. But the idea is to replace the current head unit. Now there's nothing wrong with this, only in the fact that it's just old, that's all. So don't know what I'm going to do about all this. I might have to just take this out. I don't know what I'm doing so far. So I'm going to remove that, remove the head unit. Oh, head unit is coming off. Wow, look at that. It's already coming off. Anyway, something like that. Hopefully I don't snap anything. Also think about is, where am I going to put this third gauge? Like, I've got the air-fuel ratio gauge there as well. That's nice and visible. Got the all-important boost gauge that sits there. Unless I get the boost gauge, the map sensor wired into the cluster, then maybe I can do away with the boost gauge. But I really like the analog boost gauge so far. Fits really nicely. I'm thinking about maybe even getting the cluster. I mean, I don't like the gauges sitting here because it blocks the cluster somewhat. Like, it sits there and it sort of blocks out a third of the RPM. Alright, so first things first, this is like just a generic Android head unit. So I ordered a what's it called, a camera with this and a surround, so hopefully, oh, there it is, hopefully that fits around. We'll see. Pop that there. Here is the head unit. These days it's pretty thin because it's all, they've got it to a point where it's actually just a tablet that's attached to maybe like an amplifier at the back, if that. That's all it is. So that's pretty cool, I think. Yep. Comes with all the cabling bits and bobs for the behind. Oh, that's a camera. Looks like that's the camera system, so that's great. What else is there? RCA cables for something. Don't know. God, I hope there's instructions in here. But otherwise, reverse camera. It looks like a wiring harness of some sort. More wiring harness. Oh man, this is not bad. Installation hardware. I'll keep that safe. And this looks like it mounts to the side of the head unit so that you can actually mount it inside the car. So, alrighty, that looks good. So what I might do is open all these up and see what these wires are, and get a better idea of what I need to install here. So it's pretty good in the way that it's all wired up. I mean, it's all, well, that's for USB, so that's pretty good. It's all labelled, so it's not too bad. Like, I don't have any amplifier or subwoofer or anything like that, so yeah, this is good. This will go to the reverse camera. This is the GPS unit, so I think I'm going to put this on top of the car somewhere, maybe around here, since yeah, it's pop it next to the automatic light sensor, just so it's, you know, together. Let's see. I don't know what this is. It's not labelled, and there's no instructions on here, so it's going to be interesting. I went for the 2 gig option, 32 gig RAM, and it was, you know, about $100 Australian, which is like, you know, 60 to $70 US. So not a bad option, and came with opted for a camera as well, which is not too bad. Okay, that'll, you know, I'm going to find out where to mount this camera. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably for the camera, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what I can do with all of this. Alright, so it looks like, you know what, this is already loose, so let's just get it out. Anyway, I don't really think it was ever installed properly by the looks of it. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Looks like there's a bit of a interesting radio situation. Oh, I was hoping this wasn't the case. Oh. It does have RCAs here, so that's not too bad. I think it's for the previous owner who had the sound system on here. It looks like it's got an ISO outlet, which is... yeah, that's a bit shitty, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not enjoying that, seeing the chopped up wires. I was wishing that it was, you know, kept the original factory wiring, but you can't choose your previous owners for the car, so thumbs down for the previous owner or whoever did this. That sucks. But anyway, I'm going to use 2 hands to remove all of this and see. I might have to take this off, which is not a bad idea, and see what I need to do to remove this second part of hopefully it's just like a clip or something, you know. Yeah, see what to do here, but yeah, it should be good. So I'll for the reverse wiring, might have to go along the passenger side because I've got some wiring coming there anyway. It's going to be a bit bulgy on the side, but you know, it is what it is. So let me just take this off first, so we're not killing any fuses. But that's the old head unit. It's working perfectly. If you want it, let me know. I don't think it's worth anything, so you can have it for free. But it's got Bluetooth. That's all that matters. Alrighty, guys. So after I removed the what do you call it? The radio, single DIN radio. That was still there. I was trying to figure out if there was a screw holding it, but all you do is you grab it, you just yoink it out, and it comes out of the socket. I think it's just all plastic held together, and then you get some free space to work with by the looks of it. So yeah, that's where it's going to sit, like that, or it's going to sit like that somehow. But I'm wondering now if I need a cage to install it in here, but I'm pretty bummed out about this wiring, so I'm going to have to try and match it up somehow with the current wiring solution. I'm thinking the best thing to do here is to... Oh, I left my wiring outside. I'm going to have to cut all this, and even though this is a some sort of an ISO connector, it doesn't really match up with what the head unit has, and I'm trying to see if I can make this work without butchering the current wiring setup. So maybe I can somehow get it to fit. Maybe I can file this down. Alright, well, I'm going to do that first and see if that works. If it saves me a bit of time, then why not? Yeah, someone's gone to town with this complete schmozzle. Alright, so it looks like, unfortunately, whatever I tried, it cracked the ISO plug of the original that was there. So I'm going to have to rewire all of this, which I have started crimping already, to the wiring solution that is this madness. So I will get that done and come back so that you're not watching this boring part. But all I'm doing is just I'm going to try and match up as much as I can, and then go and look up the wiring harness for the MK4 GTI. So I've got it somewhere saved. I'll undo all this crap stuff here, and yeah, so it might come back tomorrow and finish it off, because I've got to take the kids to swimming. But I think I need a cage. I'm gonna guess that I need a cage here. But yeah, can't wait to get this in, and I think I better start thinking about the GPS situation before I get too knee deep in installing the screen and forgetting about it and having to remove it again. So alright, I'll come back soon. Alright, so a bit of a shit show update here. I wired in the GPS unit, so it's going to be from there into there, coming underneath, up into that corner there where all those wires are going, and it goes to the back corner of the head unit. So if I can show you inside what it looks like, that's where it's coming from. So I've got the reverse wire coming in there as well, just to preempt all of that, because I know that once I get the wiring done, I'm going to get too excited and just start installing the face and just forgetting about everything else. So that's going to make sure the GPS is on point. Some people just leave it inside there, but then it just gets all confusing. I'm going to run the reverse wires all the way down there inside that plastic corner. You just got to lift it up. Like, I'm just going to lift up the rubber there and lift it up by hand like that. See, I'm loosening it up already, and just squeeze the wire in to the back of the car. So, and hopefully I can fish it in to the back part here, and I'm going to try and well, I'm going to have to drill that out somehow. And well, maybe I don't have to drill that, I just have to drill out a hole for the reverse camera, and it's going to sit just here, I think, in the middle of that, and that'll be it for the reverse camera. So yeah, there might be some wiring to be done for the reverse camera switch, and I think I have to get it from the reverse wiring harness there. So you pretty much turn on the camera as soon as the reverse light comes on, I dare say. So yeah, a little bit more work involved for reverse camera and GPS, but I think it's going to be all worth it. The wiring is going to do my head in, so I might just leave it there for the time being and come back a bit later. Alright guys, it's the next day. I've parked the wiring bit for the moment. I think I've got that right. It powered on. I'll show you guys later on. I've got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise. I started running the wiring to the boot through the sides. I lifted up the sides here with the screwdriver and just push the wires down here. This middle section you can just lift up with it again with the screwdriver. Just pop it gently out of the clip. Same thing, round it behind the seat belt along the plastic area, and you just pop out the seat. Seat pops up pretty quickly, pretty easily with the Mark IV. Behind there, behind the seat, tuck it under to the right hand side, or driver's side, or passenger side if you're in the US. And I've just run it down. I've actually got some neat LEDs here which are helping me. I've taken out, and this was a bit of a tough one to remove because all the clips started breaking. Not sure what to do there, but I've rounded up all the clips that kind of snapped off, and actually snaps the rear off. So I've got to be careful with that. I don't know the best way of removing it. I just sent it. And this is the wiring that you need to get to the back of the car. So that's good. That part's done. So that's pretty straightforward. But when you get to the rear part of the reverse camera now, I think I've got that there, or there. Okay, so I drilled up the hole just enough to fit the wiring. It was a tight fit. I probably should have done a little bit bigger, but I squeezed it in, sent it in, and your friend Mr. Coat Hanger, right, I just pretty much shoved the coat hanger in, make sure that it goes into the rear grommet. Now that comes standard with the Mark IV. I just popped it out really well. Took a while to pop out, but I popped it out, and I just sent the wires stuck onto the what's it called, the coat hanger. I've used this has been around in the family for many years now, so hats off Mr. Coat Hanger for more projects to come. Yeah, so pretty much what the wiring diagram wants us to do is to connect this to the yellow. Okay, so that's going to connect up to the RCA. It's going to provide video, but it won't provide video until you give it power. Now, how do you give it power? You're going to have to, this comes with the harness as well. So for those new to this like me, never done this in my life, just did a quick Google and YouTube, but the easiest way is to put the red with red, and the red black is going to go to a negative terminal on the reverse switch. So at some stage I'm going to have to pop out reverse wiring harness. Yay! does the job. Alrighty guys, it is done. It is done, and man, don't ask me how I got it to work, but I got it to work. Wiring's all good. I got the USB hanging about here. I'm trying to figure out a better solution than to just have hanging wires everywhere. Don't mind that. That's for the water meth, which I need to wire in. Yeah, I had to run out to get a cage for it because it didn't come with a cage, and it actually doesn't sit in that plastic bit all too well. So I've got a cage in. It doesn't really, how should I say, match the head unit, but I sent it in. It's sitting there pretty firmly, so it's really good. Still retains the OEM cup holders, not that I need them, because I've got these bad boys, these three bad boys over here. Yeah, I stoked with it. I'll switch it on. Yeah, so I couldn't get the reverse camera to work, but I'll, more on that a little bit later. But yeah, for about $100 Aussie dollars, plus about $15 for the camera that never worked, it's not too bad. It comes with all of the Android goodness. It doesn't have a physical button for volume, but I guess that's okay for the time being. I'm going to have to get used to it while I'm driving. Tested Bluetooth, tested wireless. It's all working nicely. It's got a nice interface. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. I tried maps, YouTube works, connecting to my Wi-Fi at the moment, so that's all good. I haven't installed any of the apps, but the two that I want really is YouTube for music and maps for when I'm going to places. Again, I won't be needing that too much, but when I do, yeah, it's all there, so I don't have to muck around with that. So the radio works. I'll see if I can turn that down. I think. Oh. Yep, I don't want to get any into trouble with YouTube, so I'll turn that down. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I don't. It's great for the price, and the install wasn't as straightforward as I'd like it to be, because the wiring inside the back of it is all hacked, so I had to figure that out using some wiring harness. The reverse camera, although it is installed, it doesn't work. I can't get it to flick on when I'm in the reverse switch, so yeah, I can't get it to work. I've got all the wiring in through the RCA to the front. The trigger wire is in, the power wire is straight to the head unit, and it's hooked up to the reverse light, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Might have to go online for some solutions, or if you know, let me know. I'm not too good with these kind of things. I'm pretty basic. Get the head unit working. Oh yeah, the GPS, I wired it in to the side like that, and I got it stuck on to the dash next to the automatic headlight. So that's all in all. I like the way it now looks in the car, functional. Radio works. It's got everything that I need. It's got wireless. I'm going to hotspot to my phone. I will download an app so that when I'm hotspotted to the phone, I'm going to switch on my mobile sharing, so I'll have all the functionality of a tablet on here. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thought I'd do something a little bit fun. I thought it was going to be, a quick couple of hours at most, but it's taken me at least four or 5 hours to get this all in, and running to the shops, getting the cage from Super Cheap Auto. It's not a direct fit. I had to bend some stuff, and I had to really send it to get it to fit, but it's a tight fit now. It's not going anywhere. It's probably better that way, so that it actually holds the head unit in place there. But otherwise, yeah, it's all running well, so I'm really stoked with it and how it is at the moment. There's not much left to it, but if, like I said, if you know more about the reverse camera, let me know. I've got, like I said, I've got the RCA for the camera running to the back of the car. It has like a power wire that hooks up to the rear harness for the rear camera, and then that goes to the back of the car, and that goes to the reverse negative wire. So that all should function. It's all plugged in, but it's not doing it, so either the camera's faulty or something's up. But nevertheless, I've never needed one anyway. That was just as a, you know, something else that I wanted to throw on if I had a camera with it, which I do. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. There's going to be some more content coming soon. I know it's been a bit slow. It's winter here. It's really cold. Well, not as cold as some places, but you know, it's cold. I'm a bit lazy. I've had to do some work on the Audi A4 to, you know, get that sold, to make space for our other car for the family, our Honda Odyssey. And yeah, so I'm also going to work on I've got my hands on a Honda Integra, so I don't know if you guys are into that kind of stuff, but I will have a Honda Integra to make some content on, get running, you know, fix it up, make sure it's get it all to, you know, running state, and then see what to do from there. It is an auto, so it's not a great model, but it is free, so you know, I'll take it, and it's got, you know, straight body, so can't complain there. Yeah, you probably see in the next couple of episodes maybe the oil cooler, oil temperature gauge or something like that. I still need to figure out where to put the gauge for the oil temp. I don't want to put it on this side because it's then gonna make it so you can't really use the aircon or heater on any side at all. Even though the vent's there, it's not directional. Like, it just shoots in my face, and that's okay. But you need at least one to be directional. So so either I get some ugly gauges on up here, or get the auto meter gauge that runs across the cluster, blocks half of it off. Not a fan, but we'll do it if I need to. Otherwise, guys, so one thing that I found out, and it actually stopped me from the remote stopped working after I installed the head unit, and upon some research, it's the blue wire. Now I've dealt with that issue and reinstalled the head unit again, so I can't show you what that looks like behind the head unit. So I just got the old harness out here. It's the blue wire, so if that's connected to anything, and I believe it connects up to the K line, and it keeps the car from thinking it's switched off and keeping it on, therefore not letting you be able to use your remote to lock the car. So I was driving it around, came back, tried to lock the car, and couldn't do that, so I had to go back and do a bit of research. But it's just a blue wire. It's a hard blue wire. It's the only wire that's on the harness. Just cut that off and tape it off, and yeah, it won't interfere with your car anymore. So just wanted to say that before finalizing the video. More coming, like I said, but thanks a lot for following the channel so far. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.